You know, Scott, I prefer to be called a man, but boys, I guess will do.
It's more accurate, I would say.
Oh, wow, okay.
Anyway, Matthew, another interesting game coming up. G2, who got battered yesterday by VP, desperate to go forward out of the groups here, will be going up against Cloud9.
Yeah, they said they've escaped that Titan curse, but apparently that wasn't the case yesterday when they got absolutely obliterated by Virtus Pro. And Scott said it as well, first time we see Dust 2 in this tournament. I was starting to think there was a conspiracy in North America to not have Dust at the major, but it is going to be Freakazoid starting things off aggressively out toward A long. There's no one that's going to do much more damage in his direction, although there is RPK and Shocks that did have that early presence, knowing that that's the most likely place to be pushed early.
And we have got G2 on 5 sets of armor as well, so quite an aggressive fragging approach here. Scream does get a headshot to start, and here comes that mid-split that Moses just mentioned before. Smoking off towards CD Spawn, and here comes the play towards the B site.
Quick flash over, does catch out Existence slightly, but he's able to turn back fast enough and then turn around again to find not only Freakazoid, but also Stewie. It shocks onto Skadoodle immediately after, and suddenly it's all Shroud remaining. And G2, they'll strike first blood. They'll take the pistol away from Cloud9.
Holding very strong there. Existence finds 4 headshots as well, looking incredibly sharp towards that platform area of the B site. Cloud9 going for a very fast play there. They noticed they headshot Scream and sent him packing back towards the B site. They acted very quickly from that. Smoke goes down towards the spawn, and it looked like a great approach for them, but Existence doing some phenomenal work there.
You have to wonder as well, G2 just watched the defending champions, their countrymen Envious, fall. We know there's some blood between the teams. That's motivation.
I would say so. They want to prove themselves there. Well then, we've got SMG heavy buy coming in from G2 here, 2 MP9s and an MP7, and of course a force buy from Cloud9 as well. Scout on Shroud. Interesting, he's not going over to Skadoodle, but he's got the Desert Eagle, and P250's rest of his teammates going fast towards shore here. Frags to be coming in any second.
It's going to be cancelled out though by Shocks and Smith, but look at the pistol from Stewie. Skadoodle gets one immediately before that with the Deagle, so aggressive buy for him on this second round, considering no bomb plant. Keep that in mind because they mentioned the AWP on the desk and his presence with it on this map, so getting a little bit heavy on his purchases early might indicate that they won't be able to get it out as early as they might have liked.
You can see how much this means to G2, getting really fired up here against the force buy of Cloud9. We can see now they can't really justify anything into this round, just 5 Glocks and 1 flashbang from Stewie as well. G2 can justify keeping the MP9 in hand, and Smiths, I assume, will be picking up something here. He's actually only got the silence USB, so he'll be looking to get the AWP out next round. That'll be an interesting storyline. Skadoodle versus Smith. Smith is very good on Dust 2, to be fair to him, especially towards the A-bomb side. Shocks going up aggressively towards the top of middle, does find Stewie, and he's going to have 3 players in the lobby waiting for him.
Shocks with 2. Skadoodle gets immediately back in to cancel it out again with a pistol, but it's still not going to suffice as they'll be down doubly so. Freakazoid gets close to the mid doors. He still has ball in his hands, but great positioning right now by Scream in the B tunnels.
Yeah, this is obviously over at this point. Freakazoid with the bomb and Skadoodle towards the top of the middle. There's waiting for any CTs to get a little bit too audacious here. We have got Scream in the upper B tunnels and eradicating that possibility. And Smith's from Existence just watching towards short as well. That's a headshot coming in. It's going to be Smith's going down to 21 HP as well. They're trying to do what they can with these P250s. Existence finally finds the kill on towards Freakazoid there and finishes off the round, taking down Skadoodle as well. They did manage to drop Smiths in the end and Shocks as well, so didn't really have to invest too much into that round, but here it is, the first gun round. You'd expect the AWP to come out on Skadoodle. Same story for Smiths as well, I'd imagine. I thought they'd go for a double orb setup as well. They're actually just dropping the orb over to him. So this is it now. We have seen Skadoodle have a very strong tournament in terms of individual play so far. It has been coming more to life. A lot of people have been calling him out for not being assertive enough, haven't had that killer instinct back in certain situations, on Dust 2 especially. So it'll be interesting to see whether he utilises his spawn and actually goes for the aggressive picks here. And we'll see what kind of setup coming in from the CTs. Looks very default so far. And Skadoodle actually going for that straight up B pick, but gets punished by Smith with the AWP. He gets taken down by nothing. They've actually got something to work with now.
And it's a good response, Frag, and nothing's going to do a trade once more. Freakazoid goes down, but Existence has rotated out of middle early. They didn't go for that split push, which means he has the freedom to do so, and apparently that's too much freedom to give. Stewie's going to go for the late lurk. Young Stu. He's been hyped up so much for these individual plays, these ones that are a little bit unorthodox. There was questions when he was picked up by this roster. A lot of people skeptical. I wonder if this kind of situation where it's atypical in a 1 versus 3 might favor his skill set, but they've figured out his position at this point in time, and he needs to be careful.
And they've got the bomb as well on this side, so he would have to pull off an absolute miracle here as well. He's very focused towards the A side, assuming someone will be on that crossover area waiting for him. That's not the case, actually. One player towards T-spawn watching for the tunnels cross, and they've just got a full crossfire on the bomb as well. This is almost impossible. He's got a flashbang. You can find 1 kill here and fall back, and that's something to work with. Doesn't get any intel here whatsoever. Eventually shut down by Shocks, and then he dropped 2 frags here as well. So So as I just called out Skadoodle for not having that killer instinct, he took his spawn, went straight towards that B pick, gets taken down straight away, but they had decent trades. But
and not only that, I have to commend him because that's one of the things, and again, Moses said it on the desk.
Yeah.
If that's the kind of fire we've wanted from Skadoodle in a long time.
Yeah.
And that's something he never would have done formerly. He's normally the stationary AWP player, so to see him be that aggressive is encouraging, but he needs to wait. He needs to make sure that he doesn't get caught out by it too much.
It's conversations I've had with Sean in the past. It's just like, he's the kind of player you need to tell him what to do. You need to say, right, we want you to go pick this. A top AWPer won't be told what to do. They'll be saying where they feel confident getting picks, and they'll be using their spawn and say, I want to go to this round. I'm confident I can go find a player on this certain situation. So that's what you need from a top AWPer. You don't want to be telling them what to do every single time, but there it is. G2 4-0 up here. Smith's still on the up towards middle. It's going to be a partial buy coming in from Cloud9 here. Upgraded pistols, body armor, and nothing with the smoke and 2 flashbangs. I'd assume they'll be going for a beat split here, considering their setup. And Smiths will be ready, but Skadoodle does find that kill off the screen towards the back of B as well. Smiths needs to perform here.
Smiths will. And speaking of Skadoodle, this is another map. This is probably Smith's best map where an AWP can come into play for G2, as nothing will at least get him down pushing through with the pistols, and a bit of chaos right now ensues within the smoke, and the flash is right out. It's Shroud with one, but it's all he gets because RPK immediately there to follow. And watch Smiths. I do want to bring this up as well because he is very good at the mid pick from the CT side on this map.
He may be good, but Skadoodle very fast as well. It's going to be a challenging prospect to actually have the balls to face up towards middle and see whether you want to challenge him. We'll see what they can bring to the table here. We actually see Existence on 11-for-0 right now. He's had an incredible game since that early pistol round.
I mean, maybe the envious thing really did light a fire under him because he said he's not retiring until he wins a major. Well, get through this game is the first and foremost step. Good performance to start things off.
Fast play going towards long as well. Stewie leading the charge, gets towards blue bin as well. Just going to be RPK, can be very strong in this situation. Does spot one player as well. He's going to need backup from Shox any second now. Molotov towards that blue bin area. And just trying to flashbang and find the first kill. It's actually Stewie 2K coming out on top, but Smith's finding a frag onto Freakazoid on the other side of the map.
Stewie's gone beyond that long cave. He's stuck in beside the dumpster right now. And let him push as well and try and find some more information. They've lost their initial entry fragger on Freakazoid. We talk about his fearlessness at times to be willing, in fact, to go in and almost be the martyr. So with him gone early, they've got to have someone else who's willing to take the fight, willing to take the charge. Meanwhile, though, once more, similar to what we saw in the third round, Scream has pushed B tunnels because they know they've put pressure on long. So G2 are doing very well to take map control where it's given, and this is even more fearful.
Yeah, Shocks the fact he's actually got towards the top of middle. I was going to say Nothing should have no idea that he's there, but he capitalizes. Great headshot there with the AK and brings it actually a man advantage towards Cloud9. And you can see 3 CTs now actually towards A side, but 2 of them in spawn. A difficult retake here. Cloud9 are fully committed towards long and will be executing right away.
We say retake, but they haven't quite made it yet because Smiths is going to get there in time. They've got them lined up, and Smiths goes for the repeat. It's all on Skadoodle. And when Scream went back through the mid doors, you'd think there was a chance to go back to B for Cloud9, that they might have slowed things down further, but they walk into a well-read play from G2. And Skadoodle has to get this bomb. It's not beyond the fray of the corner, so he should be able to grab this relatively easily. But with 17 seconds, there's no time to go all the way back to B. He has to commit to this. No smoke as well, and immediately taken down by Smiths.
Excellent play there from Smiths, having a lights-out performance so far with the AWP. 4 amazing kills. And the thing is as well, although they had that man disadvantage, G2 had so much intel to play with them, Matt. They pushed B tunnels, they pushed towards the top of middle. Even though Shox died, he gave the call off. They're all coming towards long. Those flashbangs, look on the screen right now. Everyone's fully blind. Smiths just refacing, finds 4 kills together, and it looks like I'm a little bit lost there. Should have potentially had a smoke towards that spawn area. I wasn't sure what they had left, but there it is, 6-0 in favour of G2. We go into round number 7, and it's just a scout and Skadoodle this time. And looking like it's going to be more of a traditional setup here from G2. Going to be playing Scream towards middle, and RPK in his home towards that pit area.
Nifty smokes. These guys take hours upon hours to line those up. And it's just a simple one, but this is what it allows to be done. Freakazoid walks up catwalk, no one on the opposing side of the mid door is able to see him, and he and Stewie can now work together, as with Skadoodle, who's going to join in behind toward this catwalk position. Again, look at Scream. This is ridiculous. He's walking to B tunnels for the 3rd time.
How is he getting away with this? This is just textbook Counter-Strike. You need to be playing one person in upper B, one person middle, then you can work up towards short. They've got nothing in terms of real estate on the map. Nothing does manage to make his way up towards middle, in fact. Existence going to be coming in for the face there. Here comes the first frag. Who's going to be capitalizing? It's Nothing, but look, Scream waiting for him.
Nothing's going to go down this time. He won't get lucky twice. Shox gets Stewie immediately after. And that means that the advantage is turned. Smiths out toward the car, shuts down the catwalk play, and if I'm not mistaken, the bomb was definitely dropped. Did it fall? No, it's still on the catwalk, so chance for Shroud, but with 11 HP against 3. It's a very, very slim chance.
Absolutely. Shroud of 11 HP, stuck towards short, and Molotov out, bomb down. This is a really interesting approach from Cloud9. I have no idea. If you're going to be running a default, trying to go for short control, and you're not going very fast, you need to have someone in upper B. Like that call coming in from Scream, it means people can rotate straight away. They don't have to play anyone on that side of the map whatsoever. And you can see how that's paying off for G2 now. 7-0 in their favour. Finally, even with maximum loss bonus, breaking the economy of Cloud9 with no plants, so they can come in with the partial buy, Tech 9s, body armour, and they've got smoke grenades as well. Before they were going for the mid splits with this, looks like that'll potentially be the case once again, as they are sending 4 players towards that side of the map. Double AWP set up this time for the Frenchman, and Existence looking in towards lower B as well. Easy shot for him, takes down Stewie, and works out they're going to be eco as well, so they can just fall back and be a lot more passive at this point. Okay, both AWPs middle, why not?
Yep, that works. Both firing through the doorway. Smith's again. He's now come to life with the AWP. He's up to 12. Rather, excuse me, he's up to 10 kills. It's 12 for Existence either way. Solid performance. He's going to get up to 12 before this round's over. If he continues at that rate, Skadoodle gets one with the Deagle on his Scream on return inside of B site. Smoke's going to give him a bit of movement, but Smiths is staring him down.
So many flashes coming in. Skadoodle does pick up an AK. It's a lovely shot with the Desert Eagle, but it's not going to be enough here. Existence does get his second of the round. The AWP's doing huge work here. Smiths picks up another 3 kills, and now finally the money coming back into Cloud9's favour, but this is getting a bit scary for them at the moment. There's the shot in the screen from Smith right now. The AWPs is going absolutely ham, and we'll see what Cloud9 bring to the table so far. As I said, the defaults have been very poor. I think this must be a tactical timeout coming in from Cloud9, and just in time I'd say as well, this is the kind of point you can't allow G2 to have this sort of confidence. This is the point now where they've got this much cash and they're kind of hitting all these sort of shots. They'll start going even more aggressive. They'll be pushing up towards top and middle, punishing you with that push, upper B push as well. So need to be very careful how they approach this next situation. I feel like they need to just do what they were doing before. Go for that long control, take control of the spawns, try and just take over long, push the CTs back, and then you've got something to work with there. The defaults so far have been horrible. Let's try and just have something, let's go with an objective and start at the beginning of the
I mean, it shows you there's a fundamental flaw when someone like Scream can push 3 times. Now, sure, if they've got information on the offside of the map, there's a chance he can always get away with that, but to do it with the first off, how quickly he's doing it in the rounds.
Yeah.
It's not like it's late in the round when they're down men. He's doing it when there's 5 still alive.
Yeah.
He's walking into the tunnels, and he's doing it without fear. He's not even getting flashed, and he's walking in. So that says it right there that they've already found a flaw in this system.
That's nuts. That's just not a thing. That's just the only thing. You shouldn't be able to have the confidence to walk into upper B with like nothing at all. Like, that's absolutely crazy. That's a massive problem for Cloud9. I'm not even sure they're aware that's happening right now, because
you'd think that the last round when nothing got caught
when he saw that one, yeah. But the fact is, like, he's not really taking too much away from me. He's just getting there and holding up B most of the time. So that's like a massive problem for them. I think if they just go into a normal default or just have a set piece objective at the start of the round, that's going to pay dividends for them. The fact they, like, when they had Sean, they were just doing like, let's go for the fast piece, but they'd actually just run down suicide, flash over, and actually just try those fast-paced tactics and actually try and surprise their teammates like that. They had Sean, mechanical brain in that sense, who could actually just work out what the setups are coming towards him.
And you mentioned default. Right now it seems kind of one-dimensional in that Cloud9 saying the objective is A, our default is to get Cat, but they're kind of leaving, again, so normally a default when you put players in toward mid like that, you at least, at the very least, if you're not going to have someone watching the B tunnels directly, you have them on the spiral staircase just to make sure that if the A play fails, because there's no guarantee it's going to work just because it's your default, then okay, we can still go back to B. We still have the map control to do it. If you can't even keep the map control in your favor, then there's no chance for, as soon as it melts, as soon as it falls apart even slightly on one side, it's done. There's no chance for a backup plan.
Well, the score is currently 8-0. We are back into this game now. We have got that double AWP setup still rolling for G2. Skadoodle back onto the AWP himself. Freakazoid currently on 0 for 8. He's the entry fragger, of course. We need him to be stepping up and opening these situations up for Cloud9 as we enter round number 9 here.
And again, the double up setup looms.
This is better though. You can see them adjusting for the aggression at the start of the round. They've actually got someone in upper B this time. It's going to be nothing. And this is what they haven't been doing throughout this whole first half. Just hold up, see what's going on, see if any aggression does come in, and see if if Scream does have the audacity to push into upper B this time. Of course, though, this round he doesn't. He's just going to be holding passively.
Freakazoid slowly going to work out to his entry role at long. RPK is playing the off angle. This should give it away that he's not at the corner, that he is toward pit. That bounce of the smoke pop flash through Freak around the corner, but good Molotov out. Because RPK times that with the flash. They don't spot it and they end up taking damage from it. He takes down Freakazoid, and look how low Shroud is. He hasn't even spotted the fight yet. He hasn't even faced off against RPK, so it's an easy second kill. And sadly, in all of this, Freakazoid, the entry fragger, was the one left with the bomb.
Oh, Stewie does have an opportunity to do something with this, but is taken down by Smiths. The bomb is down towards long as well. CT starting to adjust themselves. Skadoodle making his way to long doors, and nothing, just trying to find a frag here. They're in such a difficult position, 4-on-2, and Scream playing this so patiently as well. You can see nothing is desperate to get anything out of this, but bomb down and 2 players remaining. I'm not really sure what their options are.
I don't know that there are much, to be honest. Again, Scream's got into those tunnels late. It's just a problem.
Did you see how easy that was for RPK though? Like, they made the decision to go for that long control. 1 flashbang, that's all it took from him, and they were completely shut down. He gets gifted the bomb as well, right by the pit. He holds him off with the smoke grenades and incendiaries, and it's just an absolute mess on that stage once again. It's going to be 9-0. Skadoodle stuck with the AWP in T-spawn, and it's 3 seconds. He wants to die at this point. I would say die now.
Die. It's too late now. Save. You got to run, and that's.
He playing that?
Oh my God. This is Cloud9.
You gotta die. If you know you're gonna die, just let them kill you at that stage. You've got 2 seconds on the clock. He's got no. For anyone who's new to the game, if you die after the timer runs out and you haven't planted the bomb, you go into the next round of $0. So you can see Skadoodle now 250. I have no idea why he'd try and stay alive in that situation, but there we go. And we're going to round number 10. With no money whatsoever, even with the maximum loss bonus of 3,400.
I mean, this is Cloud9, a team with a ton of skill that's very lost tactically right now. Again, they brought in Irakanji, he's not here. Nothing's gone to calling. Somewhat out of necessity, but also understanding that he's kind of dabbled in it and he wants to flirt with it more, and they have no leadership. They look lost. This looks extremely lost. Pressure on B tunnels, all 5. Where's the mid-split? Where's someone to cover off the fact that there's 2 in the site? Smiths is there for the rotation. Existence gets 1 kill. Scream gets close to the smoke. Thank you very much, I'll mow you down. Yes, sure, Eco, they want to explode, but they're just making it so easy for these rotations right now from G2.
Oh, these are similar scenes to the battering the VP gave G2 yesterday. It's going to be 10-0, but nothing doing all he can. Actually gets a double kill here. This could be interesting. 2 players remain, but it's going to be nothing to work with in the end, as they do manage to find 3, but no bomb plan once more. They will have cash going into this round. Skadoodle will be struggling a little bit. He will be able to get dropped an AWP. That's 0 for 10 for Freakazoid still.
That's your entry fragger.
That's your player needs to be opening up these bomb sites, leading the charge in these long takes, going through middle and taking down the AWPer. So far he's had literally 0 impact in terms of killing so far, so that needs to be rectified. Round number 11, 10-0 now in favour of G2 Esports, still with that double AWP setup.
Shroud as well, by the way, 3 kills for him. Talk about skill. Where's your front page now?
Oh, come on.
I know, that was rude, but the point still stands. These guys need to find a way to make an impact. And Smiths is going to look at details this time. Finally, there's someone waiting, but still he finds the kill. And if Skadoodle said he was going to kill everyone, he better start doing it soon, because it's not worked out so far.
So they spotted the bomb, and now they can start pushing and exploiting the situation. RPK left the pit, going to be going to long doors. Orbs back towards middle. There's actually 3 CTs waiting for them as well. And once again, Cloud9 have no real estate, nothing gathered from the situation. Just going to be trying to work their way up towards short. And Stewie needs to find a pick here. Freakazoid getting ready to be flashed out and smoked out towards middle. He needs to start finding kills as well. This is getting dire.
Stewie at least gets up catwalk this time. There's actually ground to be made there, but they want to take middle. Finally, they're going to try and go for the 2-pronged approach. It's a trade. Freakazoid's on the board. He's got 1 kill immediately back, but it's Shocks to compensate. Back out the window. Existence with a shot into the tunnels, and that echo is too loud. The sound of that AWP will scare and fearfully put Cloud9 in another direction, which is greeted by Smiths. So it's all nothing versus 4.
Well then, there it is, 11-0. All it took was a little bit of aggression from Smiths once again in those upper B tunnels. Just walks in, casually faces towards the tunnel and rips the head off Skadoodle. The bomb is dropped as well. And when you get information of the bomb being dropped so early in the round, you can see how the CTs adjust themselves accordingly. And now 4 rounds left. Cloud9, nothing to play with so far. Obviously, maximum loss bonus, not planting the bomb at all. I'm trying to work out, the bomb has it been planted once? No, it actually hasn't. That just goes to show you, if you're a T side,
that's insane actually. That's ridiculous, 11 rounds in.
You haven't planted once, you're playing the map wrong. You should be getting the bomb down at least once or twice. Should be some clutch situations here. Right, there we go then, number 12. They're going to be going for a full-on B rush, why not? Let's just try and make something happen here.
Existence does get forced out of the site this time, so they've got ground to work with, but no smoke, no Molotov on that window means he can still fire in, and Scream goes through the smoke at the doorway to find Stewie. Once more, the first kill goes to G2. Existence waits. He knows someone's got to cross eventually. Good time flash forces him off of it. That lets nothing get closer to the back of the site. He's got the bomb. And they finally, Henry, maybe you should have said it sooner, will get a plant out of this.
5 and 4. Bomb has been planted now. We have got RPK coming in from the B tunnels as well. A real chance if they step up. This kill was huge though. Skadoodle capitalizes. A real chance now. They really need to hold on to this situation. The retake coming in.
Shroud has good position behind the box. No one watching tunnels right now, but it's all right. They're going to walk in for the front of the site, and the crossfires are set. But how does Smith? He gets a collateral. He nearly makes that work.
Unbelievable. There it is. The B rush prevails, Matthew. Going straight in, they thought the defaults aren't working, the long executes are working, let's just rush into B and see what we can do. Finally get something working there. They find the first kill, get the bomb planted as well, and they hold strong, but that's only one to welcome so far. Now they're going in with the double orb set up. Scoreline now 11-1. Skadoodle and nothing with the orbs. Just experiment now at this stage. They need to start working out how they can get these last three. It's going to be a single orb for G2. That's going to be Smith's wielding that weapon. We'll see what they bring to the table this time. Going to be two players towards long. Just one towards B so far. That's going to be Existence by himself. It looks like another B rush. Why not? One before. Let's try it again.
Freak though. Tag down low. Existence, excuse me. This is not NIP. Gets a kill on the entry, and the reset potential is all too real. Skadoodle spots up one, he's off. He's not getting the shot. That one was all too easy. Misses again, and things go from bad to worse because Existence is staying alive in all of this. He's going to find at least one more kill. Stewie nearly goes down as well on 50 HP. Good awareness to turn back, but it's a little bit too late. Shocks was always going to be there.
Well, there it is. They tried the B rush again. It worked once. Why can't it work twice? This time it's Existence stepping up massively. A lovely spray through the smoke as well. I think he dinked 3 people in the first like 5 bullets or something. It was pretty nutty. But there it is. That's the full reset now for Cloud9. You only get $1,400 going into your bank accounts after that. And you can see how that's affected them going forward now. PT50s, Glock and Skadoodle. This is another round going in favor of G2. It will be 13-1, Matt. I thought this game was going to be competitive, I have to say. I thought this would be a clash of the two underdogs, people who haven't been performing in the tournament, and so far it's been a very one-sided affair. Confidence once more. Existence actually getting taken down by Stewie with the PT50, and now Smith looking to rectify. Scream does find one, and it brings it to a 4-4.
And they're going to try Cat. They haven't been up here in a while. It's unexplored territory, but it works out in the first fray because it's going to be Shroud who manages 2. The pistol versus the AWP at a decent range. And he's got more than that. He's picked up the AK. There we go. Finally he gets alive. Where's your front page now? It's right there. I'm not sure it's front page worthy, but still. It's not the meme, Henry. Don't ruin it. Okay. Anyway, so PT50's in a Glock. Apparently that's all it takes. A lot of aggression coming from G2 there. They find the first kill, pick up an AK, and then just went very quickly up towards short. So far the only rounds that worked for Cloud9 is a beat rush, and then there's the fast play up short with PT50s. And so that's still pretty disappointing in terms of how they're actually approaching the gun rounds themselves. But there we go. Round number 15 now comes in. It's actually a difficult situation for G2 in terms of the money. Smith has the orb for 2 pistols. And hopefully Cloud9 can get this one, and we eventually have some sort of a game on our hands. Well, there's nothing more heartbreaking than feeling like you're just getting rolling and it's too late, tournament over, and you go home with a bitter taste in your mouth. Especially, like I say, when you just get things rolling. It's completely different if you're out of it all the way through, but sure. It's debatable whether it is rolling or not. 2 rounds only. Nothing's going to shine again. Just anchor onto the catwalk once more. No one in the B tunnels right now. So their default is 4 on catwalk, 1 at long, who's not even really pressuring the long point. He's waiting for a push through, which means there's no complement to what's going on this catwalk position. There's not even a drop play. Where's the smokes to jump down and try and overwhelm Smiths, who's basically got a turret set? Finally, there's one on the site. That'll allow the bomb to go down, but Scream gets toward elevator. He's just limited to the CZ-75. But if you've watched our adverts all weekend, he gets his precision from elsewhere, Henry. Indeed. Hardware, apparently. Anyway, 3 players from G2 towards a long pit area. In fact, it's going to be a pincer play from CT Spawn in that area. They just don't really have the firepower or the kits to actually do anything with this. Nothing finds the first kill. It's going to be a 4-4 now. They've got great positions here. But all of a sudden, 2 kills from G2. It's going to be an equal situation. 2-on-2. Shroud and Skadoodle trying to do what they can from short. Well, Spencer still has to get up on this, and the flames, it'll take him down. He couldn't get toward the bomb. He couldn't force the issue. So 12-3 is where we end. Cloud9, in this case, better late than never, or just don't show up at all. I'm not sure, but 12-3 is like we saw it earlier. Pistol. We saw it earlier. It can be done. Mousesports showed us how. Mousesports did show us how. We've seen, you and I, some interesting comebacks from this scoreline. Have we? We have. Let's not get into that. Is that innuendo, or...? No. Okay. I like how you assume it is, and this is where we've gone in the world. Normally you kind of come with that sort of stuff. Again, fundamental issues, Cloud9. It's the only thing we can really focus on in this. Sure, Smith's plays great. Existence has an excellent start to the half. Finished the half as well in a very good fashion, but Cloud9, I mean, no smoke. 4-up cat, no smokes, no one dropping. No one dropping at all to cover off the rotation.
All bets are off at that stage. Nothing was working for them. They just had to actually...
Well, nothing wasn't working for them as a strat caller,
actually. That's a word you shouldn't use when talking about this team.
Yeah.
It seemed like everything they went with in terms of their approach, in terms of defaults and executions, it actually was just breaking down every single time. They actually just went a lot looser in the end. B rushes, fast plays up towards short, and we have got some replays for you right now.
I called this a collateral, but it's actually, because it showed up so quickly on the obituary, I saw 2. It was actually his teammate he killed.
Yeah, you got really excited about that.
I did. I love collaterals. I call them other things, usually.
What do you call them?
I can't repeat that.
Okay, probably wise. But yeah, 12-3 in favour of G2. They started off so strong indeed, and it was, just to reiterate, B rush to Cloud9, a P250 round, and that last one was low buy from G2, and it did a decent hold in the end, but I think they only planted the bomb twice out of 15.
Yeah.
And it was actually a 10-0, I think. They hadn't actually planted the bomb once.
11-0, they hadn't planted it once.
Yeah, so that's just explains to you that they're not really approaching the map correctly if that's the situation. They're actually getting so pushed and oppressed every single round, they're not actually able to get any sort of plan down. And the default as well. Scream pushing into upper B at the beginning of the first 4 or 5 rounds. Undetected.
Out of the first 6 rounds, he was up there 3 times at least.
Yeah,
so that's crazy. Ridiculous.
That's just like you're playing Counter-Strike wrong at that stage. But let's see. Like I said, 12-3 is not necessarily over. They can still bounce back if they get the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, it did seem like very basic issues were overlooked, and Cloud9 definitely felt pressured in so many situations that they could have avoided. Like you say, get pistol. There is a chance here. I think G2, the French teams, they've been known for being fairly decent on dusts too, so it's not like this is going to be an easy comeback, regardless of how good they play. But well, again, see if they can get this going. It's going to be the fast cat. You like this play in the pistol.
I love this. It's great for getting intel. It's good for finding frags as well, but a lot of teams are catching onto it these days. It could be 4 sets of armor from G2, and Freaky Sword and Shroud poised and ready towards the catwalk area, but you can see G2 is not giving them anything with this. They've got flashbangs and smokes. Existence towards the top of mid, who will flash towards short, presumably take these guys out of the equation. It works perfectly as well. Scream capitalizes and takes down Shroud and gives them the man advantage. They just read it like a book, and not a very good one of that, as they find the first kill and set themselves up in a very nice position so far.
Nothing's just going to wait this out. Doesn't have much to go off of right now. Freak's in an okay position considering they've lost that first man on catwalk. You can try and get some information from this, but stomping like an elephant might not be the most ideal thing to do. I understand he's trying to look down toward lower, but I think Scream from that distance will have heard it and relay the information.
Well then, G2 just waiting to see what the reaction is from the CT so far. They still have got a smoke and a flashbang, so Freakazoid needs to make something happen. He's by himself towards short. Going to be forced to drop off this, surely. There it is. They have spotted 3, but there's still plenty of time. They could go back towards middle, smoke towards spawn, and then go for the B-split. Looks like that's what they will be doing. Nothing is there. Once again, one an X situation. He needs to step up.
Well, step up. Scream will do instead. It's nothing that goes down. Smiths, he finds Stewie on the trade. Freak's going to come through late. Scream's turned around and got back into that. Everything canceled and so well read from G2. They know the situation. They know where the typical meta exists. The rotation's through the smoke late once you've gone up the ramp, and immediately the attention is drawn that direction. Skadoodle has a kit in this, so all right, probably not worth it, but listen, I'm trying to justify the situation here because 1 versus 4.
No, of course, like it's something to save, I guess. I thought you were trying to build up the anticipation that he could win
I was
around.
not.
Okay, just to make sure. Anyway.
Just because we have a couple of NA players in the server doesn't mean that I have to go full NA as well.
Well, there it is, a very fast and methodical approach from GT there once they found their first kill. I actually love that. Like I said, the 2 players boosting up towards short is fine, but you can't stay for that long. You go for the initial play. You can't just sit there at the top and hope no one's ever going to check it. You either push it very aggressively towards the top middle at the start, or you go for the nade towards lower B, look for any early confrontations, and then you fall back. You can't just sit there and hope for the best. Like players like Existence, they're going to read that all day long. 1 flashbang towards the top middle, screen comes out, wrecks them, and there's the pistol going in their favour, of course. Cloud9 can't really afford to lose any more rounds here. They will be force buying in the second. 2 scouts, Skadoodle and Stewie picking those up, and it's actually Stewie getting tagged through the doors by Smiths' sniper rifle there, and they've got 4 long control as well, pushing the CTs back, and what a shot from Scream that was towards the crossover area. Now Skadoodle needs to step up, and he does find 1.
Well, Shocks will get nothing as he pushes through, so tries to do what Scream did, and it doesn't quite work out in the same favor, as our PK finds Freak has already worked up middle. So you can try and do the same aggression, but unfortunately G2 is fully aware of this, and things not looking good considering the force buy. This double scout setup now. I'll do what it can to suffice. It's going to get caught off. Good shot by Smiths over top of the wall.
Now then, Skadoodle 4-on-1 once again. This has been a very common trend throughout this game. All of the G2 players are very low HP. One scout shot will do each one of them, but that's if he can land even one. Shots should found in there, and there it is. He does take him down. 14 plays 3. The money going to be an absolute tatters here. And now Cloud9 need to make the decision. I think they have to force 5 really. You can't really go 12 rounds in a row against G2 after letting them get to match point here. Just to reiterate, the loser of this game is out of the major, and it's G2 making a very convincing case so far to be winning this one. We'll see what kind of situation and decision Cloud9 decide to approach with. Looks like they'll be going for the full eco map. How do you feel about this? They'll be allowing G2 to get the 15 rounds.
I mean, you go for the force buy in the last round, you're trying to shut it down early, you can't. If confidence was there, if they at least made the last round close, maybe you could justify it because you can break the economy early, you got to keep yourself in it, but at this point, what else are you going to do? I mean, it's 6-1, half dozen of the other, Henry.
Indeed.
Nothing's been working anyway.
No, there's no decision that's good, I agree, but let's see what they can do with this. They've got pistols, and so far they haven't had to take out Scream. RPK replies, and Smith's doing damage through the door, but it looks like this round's only going one way as RPK finds his second.
RPK, speaking of, is going to look for more as well through that door. Good flash into the teammate, gets 2, and turns at Smiths that actually finds the 3rd, but it's efficient nonetheless. And Cloud9, North American soil finally, the hopes of North America in so many of the past lands, and again, 2015, the summer, the highlight of them is looking to crumble and not even make it into the nationwide arena.
It's looking that way right now, but they do go into this first gun round now. Skidoodle can't get the AWP. Stewie on a Famus, no kits, all body armor. It's looking pretty bad already as Smith does have the AWP. He's been very good so far, and he's got the decent spawn towards long as well. He's going to have players waiting for him on the corner as well. Gets the first shot, his Freakazoid to drop. 5-on-4, and now G2 can slow it right down. Once again, that reaction has to come in, and it's going to be nothing by the looks of things. Who may be tempted to push the upper B tunnels, has been punished before. Shox has actually got out towards blue bin as well. One player in there, it's going to be Shroud, getting back up as well from Skidoodle. These guys really need to find some magic here if they're going to stay alive.
Crossfire set toward long. Shox has gone slowly in toward that dumpster. A man down already, Cloud9. There's not much options in the way of covering off middle. Nothing's going to play close to Stewie, who's inside of the B site. And it's such a gap in that position. Shox caught slightly on exit from the lurk position where he was playing solo on A. He goes down to 12 HP, but he gets out alive, and the rest of them, the 4 others, going to hit through the tunnel right now. Stewie's already given this up as well. Nothing's going to go in, but he's light, and Existence is already staring down the doorway. Stewie has to come back into this alone, and he's so far away from his 2 remaining teammates. The best he can hope for is that they get there undisrupted by the fact that Shox is still out toward T-spawn, and it looks as though they will. Skidoodle's caught by Smiths, who gets aggressive on the window. Stewie gets one more, but it's just Shroud and Stu. Pop flash toward window off the pole. Stewie late to get there because the Molotov's still fully engulfed when he does turn back, but it's got to go. They have to go right now. There's a kit only on Shroud. Smith staring it down. It's going to be RPK with Stewie. It's all on Shroud. 1 versus 4, and G2. They'll do one better than Envy, no less, but it's Cloud9 once more that get completely dismantled in a major.
Pretty disappointing game in the end, Matt, I had to say. I was really looking forward to this one. I thought it was going to go all the way, and the final scoreline is